guys, it's Shania here, and I have my friend Rihanna.
Hi guys.
As for my channel, as you guys can see, the people who followed me before, my name was Shabizi, but I'm going through this little, like, I guess, like, detoxing, you know, my childish ways. Like,
transitioning.
Transitioning, I should say. Like, I threw away, like, all my clothes that I had in high school and all this stuff, and I'm like, my room is kind of, I guess, renovating right now. I'll call it. Right now I'm in my living room. So I'm just, like, you know, kind of pushing that out, and, like, Shabizi, like, that was cool for when, you know, I guess it was more,
you were younger.
Yeah, like, when I was a little bit younger, and, like, you know, I couldn't really come up with a name, so that's why I just did Shabizi from what they used to call me in high school. But it's like, I feel like now is the time where I need to, you know, make a more serious kind of name. So from now on, my channel is going to be At Your Expense. So me and Rihanna just graduated, class of 2018. You feel me?
Game shit.
Stop ghettoizing my channel.
Sorry.
But yeah, we just graduated right now. So let's talk about senior year. So senior year for me, I was so busy. It was the busiest year of my entire life. Like, I was so freaking busy. The first semester I was doing an internship. I was working. You know, I had my sorority stuff to do. So that was pretty, like, hectic. Well. Yeah, I'm in a club. So it's like juggling all of that. I mean, I managed to get through it, but it definitely was, you know, hectic. But second semester, that's when I wanted to take a breather. But then Shania decided, oh, let me get 3 jobs. Like, I do know why I decided to get 3 jobs, because, you know, spring break was coming up and I wanted to go to Miami. So I got my 3 jobs.
Whatever.
I don't act up. Good girls will act up.
Such a liar. Such a liar. Anyways, yeah, so I got my 3 jobs, and I saved up for Miami. I went to Miami, and after that, I quit most of my jobs, and then I went back to just having 1 job, and just, like, basically, like, getting through school and looking for jobs. That was pretty much my senior year. But it was definitely stressful, and trying to juggle all those jobs plus my extracurricular activities. So yeah, I was really busy. I was in the club. I did an internship. I didn't work, but I was taking like 6 classes, and it was just very stressful, and I would never wish that upon anyone.
Honestly, like,
I would never wish that.
Going to class late.
I hate.
Sometimes
Did I speak?
No, because you kept butting in my conversation. She would be skipping class. I'd be like, Rihanna, get up, come to class early,
and we live next door to each other. And I'm like, yo, I'm not going. Like, or I'll text her. I'm like, are you in class? Like, what's going on? Because, like, literally, it was just so stressful. Like, I would have those days. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm just not doing it. She was the one like, come on, let's go, let's do it. Me, I was the student. Like, all right, I'll be there in like 20 minutes. Class over in like 30. I'll be good. That was me.
Yeah, that was her. Barely going
but
to
I
class.
still passed. I passed all my classes with. I think I got 1 C out of that last semester. But other than that, I got all A's and B's. So.
Okay. C's get degrees, y'all.
C's get degrees. That should be a hashtag.
C's get degrees. Everybody kept asking me, like, how do I feel now that I graduated? Like, honestly, I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I feel nothing. Like, are you excited?
I wasn't emotional.
I
did not shed 1 tear.
I don't
like,
feel anything.
I
think I cried my high school graduation. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss everybody. College, I'm like, yo, bye. Like,
no.
I'm out.
Middle school, I said bye. High school, bye-bye. College, bye-bye. I'm ready. I'm done with all y'all. No. I'm good.
College graduation was definitely, it's kind of like a good experience because you feel like, it's finally, like, over. But then it's like, it's only for that day. Like, the next day you're just sitting home, like, if you don't have a job or nothing to do, you're just sitting there like,
Yeah.
Okay, like I just graduated and you know what. But people like my family are like, oh, like, you know, congratulations, we're so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, thanks. I don't know. It was weird for me because I don't feel that. Like, I don't feel like I accomplished. Like, yeah, I graduated, but I don't feel like accomplished. Like I've done anything, guys, because I don't have like a job or like I'm not doing what I went to school for yet. So that's why I'm just like, all right, yeah, thanks, but
Yeah, I kind of like felt the same way because I'm just like, all right, yeah, I graduated, but it's like I don't have no job yet. Like,
we literally FaceTime each other in the morning, like, yo, what are you doing? And we'd be in the bed just looking a mess. Like, you got a job yet? No.
I was like applying to hella jobs back to back to back to back, and like all of them kept saying like they wanted experience and stuff, and like at first I would like, you know, second guess like applying, but then I'm just like, okay, maybe they're just saying that to scare us, or like, you know, maybe they don't like it's not that serious, but they still put it down. So I still applied, and like nobody was, you know, giving a girl a shot.
It's hard. Like,
for a minute.
You apply for like multiple jobs, like, all right, you know, you get that email, oh, we're reviewing your application, and like a day later, like, oh, we decided to go with another choice. You're just like, why did I just waste my time? And they're like, oh, we want a cover letter, we want this, we want social media handles, we want X, Y, and Z. For what? Like, just give me the job already. That's why it gets frustrating if you apply for so many, or if you get an interview. Like, yeah, we're gonna give you a call, or like you feel like it went really good and then you don't get a call back or nothing. You're just kind of like a little discouraged, but you're like, at least you got the interview, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like I went on about, let's see, 1, 2. I probably went on about like 3 interviews. 2 of them I felt like I did good, but I mean, I guess like they didn't really choose me, but like I ended up interviewing, and basically like I would be like, you know, their video editor. It's more of like a video intern, so I decided, you know, to do that one. They do like a stipend at the end, so I decided to take that one on, to just like, you know, like build up my experience a little bit more, so that, you know, I have something under my belt professionally. So that's what I'm doing while, you know, just like working like a regular summer job until I find something.
I think for me, what's crazy is like how I ended up interning with Cups and Combos. I literally like DM'd them like, do you guys have interns? And he was like, he sent me his number. I think we talked maybe a couple hours after that, or like the next day. He was like, yeah, we're gonna be shooting this day, come in. And it was like boom, instantly. So I'm like, I've been applying for all these other places, doing all this extra stuff, and all I had to do was just send a DM. Like, it was kind of like, I don't know, it was just weird. I wasn't expecting that. But at least, like, with them, like, they're a little smaller and, like, kind of, like, starting off on their own. So I'm glad that I'm, like, I can grow with them versus it's kind of being a company who's already, like, you know, has a whole bunch of employees and, like, a whole bunch of stuff going on, and they don't really care about, like, not to say your opinions, but I feel like when you're starting off small, or you're trying to, like, you know, branch out and build like creative capabilities are very important in that area. So I feel like I had that to bring to the table, and I know we all get along. Like, they're from New York, I'm from Jersey, so like we have that kind of balance. So stuff they don't know about Jersey, like, you know, they're for that, and I don't know shit about New York, so they're very helpful when it comes to like that type of stuff.
I thought we had it hard. Like, we do have it hard, but other people really have it worse, like majors, like they have it worse than us, because it's like, even though we were like more media production, we were still under communications. So it's like communications has like such a broad field.
It does.
But the reason why it was hard for us because we're more media production, so we're not, you know, the typical social. There were so many people who wanted me to do like social media like, jobs, but I'm just like, I'm not social
like
media.
Like manage our Facebook and Twitter account.
Like, I don't do that. I just have my own personal thing. Like, I'm not social media.
One thing I saw, they wanted you to have a certain amount of followers. Like, if you didn't have like an X amount of followers, like, you wouldn't be considered for the position. And I was just like, do you need my social media to work, or are you trying to have your own? Like,
Yeah, like you gotta know like all like the algorithms and all of that.
Yeah, it was just too much. And I feel like me and Shania were more so like hands on, like we want to be like dealing with equipment or editing or software. So like if we're not, I feel like for us we have to go for those positions so that we can get better at it. Like if we're not doing that, not to say like you lose your craft, but it's just kind of like practice really makes perfect when it comes to like shooting and editing and just like repetition over and over again. So like to apply for like a social media position where you're just like putting hashtags and like, you know, posting stuff, it's not really using like what we learned in school. Some people actually took social media. Like I took a social media class, and not to say I didn't like it, but it was just like, yeah, this is not for me. So when we did like our film classes and stuff like that, that's where we got the hands-on experience. I'm like, yeah, like we could do this. So it's trying to like find those positions or people who are willing to give you a chance to let you actually like, you know, be hands-on with the equipment and like do that stuff. It's hard.
Yeah. But yeah, like I thought we had it rough with like, you know, finding like jobs and stuff. But it's like, even though it's rough for people to, you know, actually like hire us, we have like hella opportunities. Like as soon as I log into Indeed or like ZipRecruiter or any of like those job sites, LinkedIn, like there's still like a bunch of jobs. It's just that who's gonna call me back. But like I was talking to my friend who just graduated, you know, in Virginia, and like she graduated with like a bio major, and she was saying how like, yeah, like since she graduated, like she only seen like 3 job listings.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
just
what
like,
do you do with that? Like,
whoa.
I don't know.
Like I thought I had it rough, but at least I had choices to like, you know,
at least communications is broad enough where like they teach you enough so where you can kind of do everything, but then you're still able to focus on your main thing. But even that, I don't know, bio, chemistry, all of that, I couldn't. I'm supposed to be like
it's like pretty much like if you major in like bio and chemistry and all that, I feel like you have to go to like grad school.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really do anything with just a BS, I should say.
Because that's some BS right there.
Honestly, like it's like they have no choice but to go to grad school, unless I don't know, miracle jobs. I don't know.
And at least with us, like if we get our like own equipment and stuff like that, we can kind of
freelance.
We can freelance and do what we want. Literally, we have the people, the equipment. We can just film, shoot, edit, post it, or we can like enter different like film festivals or like, you know, stuff like that where we can get our name out there. So even if somebody isn't willing to hire us, we have the avenue of just doing it like on our own. And I don't think a lot of other majors that people like have it. Unless like maybe you're a business major and like you run your own business. But besides that, I don't really think there's many other majors that let you kind of like freelance and just kind of do your own route and figure it out as you go versus having to be under somebody and learn under somebody.
But don't think freelance is easy.
It's not.
It's coins, honey. Like this junk is coins. Like ever since I've been like a media production major, I'm just like, bro,
SD cards should like $20.
Oh. Expensive, man. Like I just be in there like, where am I supposed to find this money? Professor talking about, have your CF cards and your SD cards by next week. I'm just like, you got next week money? Like, what are you talking about? Like, where am I supposed to find this?
And then it's like you have to, even after you get like a whole bunch of those, you're probably still going to need like another external hard drive to store everything that you just saved on those cards. Like, it's a lot of, technology-wise, it's very expensive. Even, like, editing software, it's, like, what, $20 a month?
Yeah, you know, I did a little something.
Whatever. Scammer over here. Shania's scammer.
I'm not a scammer. I still pay for it, but, like, you know,
barely.
I pay for it. I pay every month, but I just, you know, I found a little loop.
A little finesse.
Okay, so
during, after...
So for all y'all that are, you know, going into senior year and about to graduate, or even in college right now, mental health is key. Getting through it, it's key finishing college, and it's key after college. Because honestly, like applying to these jobs and like having nobody wanting to give you a chance, it really can become depressing. It really does, because you're just like, bro, like all my life I've been in school, and it's like I've just worked my ass off for these last 4 years, and y'all don't want to hire me. So it honestly gets it gets a lot, and then like sometimes depending on who you were friends with, like everybody gets caught up in life. So check in on your friends when you graduate, because you never know, like you might be going through it with your own stuff, but you don't know somebody else is going through it worse. And we all get caught up in life or whatever, but like this is the time, like when y'all just like leave college and stuff, like the first couple months, like that's the time to just check in here and there, just to see how they're doing.
It takes 2 seconds just to send a message or like a phone call, just to like see. To like check in and see how they're doing. You never know what might be going on with them, or like or even ways like that you could help them, or if they can help you. Like say if they got a job somewhere and like, oh well, do they have this department or that department, or like just to like network. It's kind of like networking too, but also in the same breath, it's like if you're my friend, I'm gonna if there's an opportunity where I can help you, I'm gonna, regardless of like whatever help you need, I'm gonna do it. And some people aren't the type to say I need help. Sometimes you actually kind of have to like force yourself, or like force your help upon them, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So it's not like, oh, we're all adults, you shouldn't have to do that. Like, yeah, we're all adults, but everybody needs help at some point, or everybody needs like a shoulder to cry on, or an ear to listen, or all those cool sayings. So definitely check on your friends, or if you even like you see somebody who you don't really know, or like if you have somebody in class who like you kind of see them struggling a little bit, like it's okay to offer help to strangers as well, because they could be like a long-term friend in the end, or you just never know like when you may need them, or when you may come across paths again. So don't burn bridges because of your own personal issues. You should be able to kind of like, I don't know, everybody should be able to cross the same bridges together. Some people you have to burn them, you just have to let that go. But there's some people where you can find that middle ground.
And I guess for advice for students who are in college right now, and just kind of scared of the unknown of what'll happen when they do graduate college, I would say most definitely get an internship, definitely. And make sure it's something that you actually want to do. Like I would say if you didn't find one that was directly what you wanted to do, I guess then get one that's actually in the field, and you'll get hands-on experience.
Like, close, or something that's gonna at least, like, say if it's not exactly what you want to do, but like along the lines of, okay, I don't 100% want to do this, but I know in the future it may help me, or I'm still learning something. Like you're still benefiting from it. Don't get an internship where it's like for us, we want to do like film and editing, but we're over here doing social media. Like that's not really helping us in the future in a sense. So get something where it's like, all right, well, I wanted to do X, Y, and Z, but this, like, say if you have like your top 5 things, and then it only meets like 3 of the 5, then like go for it. But if it's like it meets none of anything that you want to do, then I would say just keep looking and just keep trying, I would say.
And if it's an internship that you want to go back to every year, then okay. But if not, like I would definitely say do like at least 2 or 3 internships throughout college.
Do as many as you can.
Do as many as you can, honestly, because it's like, let's say like you do one and you like it, but it's just like I don't know. Like you could do another one where like you get a little bit more insight into another part of the field that you probably didn't even think about or whatever. Like I just feel like you should do multiple internships throughout college.
Because sometimes it's like you have to do those internships that you don't like just to put on your resume. Like certain things like you just kind of have to temporarily do just to put on your resume, just to show like, yeah, I've done X, Y, and Z. Like I've done something, or I have some type of experience. And people will look, oh yeah, well she did that internship, she did that, she took that class. Okay, like she's a well-rounded individual. I will take her over somebody who hasn't done any internships or did the same one over and over again a couple times. Like it just, you got to give yourself some type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Diversity,
yeah. Especially if you're in our field. Like, I don't know about like, you know, science majors and like business majors and all that, but definitely if you're in like the film field, please worry about experience more than grades. I'm not saying grades isn't important. Yeah. Grades are definitely important.
Don't be failing your classes and be like, Shania said you don't have to worry about your grades. No.
Please worry about your grades, but like worry about your experience just as much because honestly, a lot of the people in our field, they don't give a damn if you got a degree, if you got a 3.5, if you got a 4.0.
It just matters. Can you do it or can you not?
Can you do it or can you not?
Yeah.
And do you have experience or do you not? Yeah. So it's like, I feel like that's one thing you should definitely take away is worry about getting that experience. Like that is key. Like get your experience in. If you get, you know, a couple C's here and there, you'll be all right, sis. You'll be all right. Mm-hmm. Like they're not gonna be worried about them C's once they see that you interned here, you worked here. Mm-hmm. Like they're gonna be looking at that before they look at your grades. So just please make sure you have like the experience in the bag.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you don't have that, then it's kind of like, okay, well, if you didn't get the best grades and you have no experience, what the hell were you doing in school? Like you just kind of just wasted your time basically. So get that experience and constantly look for different options or different things. Don't limit yourself to be like, okay, well, I want to do this, I'm doing just this and that only. Like you have to be open-minded or willing to try new things. I feel like for me that was something I didn't realize until maybe like the second semester of senior year, of being kind of like, okay, well, yeah, I want to do this, but then I took a screenwriting class and a TV and comedy writing class or something like that, and I'm like, I actually enjoy the screenwriting aspect of it, or like the behind the scenes, more like the creative development form of it versus just like, you know, standing behind a camera and shooting something or editing. So look into the different things that you can do besides like, well, if, you know, say if I don't want to do this, but this comes along, I'll take it. Just be open. I would say open for change and take risks. That's what William said. Don't be scared. This is the age where we have to like take a risk.
Yeah. We don't got no kids. Well, some of y'all got kids, but like we young. Yeah. We are young. So it's like this is the best time to take risks. Mommy and daddy gonna have our back at the end of the day. Yeah. Well, not everybody have mommy and daddy.
But you're still young enough to take a risk. It's not gonna like end your life. Yeah. So you can still get back.
I
mean, like career type of risks, not like some. Yeah, I'm about to go do some stupid type of risk. Like, take a career risk where it's like, you know what? I've never done this before, but I'm going to try it and see if it's something I can be good at.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to fail. It is okay to fail. Like, honestly, like, I fell on my ass a couple times. But you know what? Yeah. I'm going to keep pushing because I'm going to be all right. I'm still young. I'm only 21. She just turned 23. Yeah. So, like, we're still young.
Like a lot of the like great directors and people at 21, 23, they weren't like at the prime of their careers. Like I feel like for us it kind of sucks because by the time we hit like maybe 30, we'll be like more so where we're like comfortable or making the money like that we want to make. Like we'll actually see it. But I feel like right now when you first graduate, sometimes like you expect to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna get
$60,000 a year.
Yeah, like no, it's not gonna happen. It's not happening like that. I think that's the reality that people sometimes forget. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. Like, you have to put in the hard work. You have to put in the hours, the years, like the time. Mm-hmm. You have to put in all of that in order so that way when you are like, you know, in your 30s, you already have kids, you're ready to settle down, get a house, do all that type of stuff. You can do it and be comfortable because you took the risks, you failed, you didn't feel like you figured out what works for you, what doesn't. You're more like aware of yourself in a career aspect without school. So, yeah, you gotta think long term when it comes to that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. You gotta think outside. You gotta think outside the box and just putting yourself out there. And also, I would say for students who are in college, definitely get involved. Like,
Yes.
I know you've heard this plenty of times, and for y'all students who, like, go into class and then going back to y'all room, cut it out.
It's not a matter of, okay, just get out your room just to do something. It gives you, it shows people, like, okay, well, this person didn't just go to class and do the work and that's it. It shows that you're, like, you were active, that you can be dedicated to something, that you can be responsible, and you're just kind of, I guess, a diverse person.
You never know who you might meet, like, when you get involved in these clubs, these organizations, because that person can be that network to get you a job, or get you to meet that person who can give you a job. And it's like, you just never know. Like, do not block your blessings being shy. Like, I'm sorry, you gotta get over it. Like,
or even, like, if there's somebody who you don't really, I would say, care for or like at the end of the day, I feel like there's little petty issues you can, like, be looked over. Like, if it comes down to business, like, screw all that personal stuff. Like, at the end of the day, if I have a connect that you need, or you have a connect that I need, or whatever, like, at least be mature enough to network with somebody regardless of personal, like, things. I feel like that kind of sometimes in college, especially if it's a smaller campus or whatever, like, drama gets involved, and you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to that event because I know that person's in that club and I don't want to be around her or any of that. Like, screw all of that, because at the end of the day, when you're out of college, is that really going to matter? Like, if you're going to a job, well, I'm not going to apply here because I know this person works here. Like, you're not going to think that same way. Even, like, when you had the networking event, that was, like, pretty good.
black collar?
Yeah, we had a black collar event, and we had, was it mostly black people? I don't know. But we had different, like, people come out to network or just show, like, what they have available for college students. And I don't feel like a lot of people take heed to that. So if you do see those events, or you see, like, bulletin
Please
posts,
go to them.
read them. Like, seriously take the time out to read them, or go to different events. Whether, like, sometimes they help for free food or whatever, you just go for the food. But sometimes actually just sit and listen, because you never know what it could be out of it. It could be something like mentally or emotionally that you gain from it. It could just be, you're just having fun, enjoying yourself, meeting new people, or it could be like something networking business-wise. So actually attend the events, because it takes a whole lot to put on the events. Like, it's not even funny. Like, people go through
not easy.
so much just to have, like, one event, and then you get there and, like, all right, this is going to be great, and then maybe like 5 people show up, and that's very discouraging. So support your friends who are in clubs, or even if you're not doing nothing, just if you see something going on, like, stop in for a minute if you like it. Like, if you don't, you don't.
You gotta take advantage of that, because when you go out into the real world, like, ain't nobody gonna be there to call and be like, yo, like,
We're having this event, come. Like,
no, I'm not even talking about this event. Like, I'm talking about, like, jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody gonna be out there to call and be like, yo, like,
nobody's gonna
can you help me find a job?
Yeah.
What are the best techniques to finding a job? Like, I mean, yeah, you could Google search that, but it's like, it's not the same as having somebody in the office who went to school for this to help you out. So it's like, just take advantage of the career development centers. Take advantage of, like, everything there. Like, study abroad if you can. Like, just take advantage of everything college has to offer. Because think about it, like, when you leave, Sally gonna be calling in 6 months. So you gotta make sure that when you look back, you can say, yes, this $100,000 that I owe right now is worth it. Those experiences that I had, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Even if it was just a little too much, more than worth it, but it's all right, as long as you can say, you don't I wasn't the same person walking in college as I am walking out of college.
Yeah, and you don't want to, like, regret anything. Like, damn, I wish I would have did that when I was in school. I wish I would, because you can't go back and do it. And even if you try to go back and do it, it's not going to be the same. So I feel like if there's something that you want to do in college, or there's some opportunity you want to try, do it, because you're not going to have that chance again. And it's like, that's the perfect environment to do it in college, where you kind of have that security blanket of, all right, if it doesn't work or whatever, you still have another year or another semester to correct it, versus, like, you're out of school and it's kind of like, all right, well, damn, well, what the hell do I do now, like, kind of thing. So definitely take advantage of everything. College is not just, taking classes, doing your homework, and passing. It's just so much more that it has to offer, and people don't even, like,
take advantage
of it.
You're gonna always say that, you wish you would have did something differently, or you wish you would have taken this opportunity or whatever, but
still try to, you know, go out there and, you know, do as much as you can while still keeping up that GPA and making sure you're in good standing with your career and everything. But, like, you know, of course, I'm still going to say, like, there's still stuff that I wish I would have done differently or, you know, did while I was in college, even though I did do a lot. But there's still, like, stuff that, you know, I wish I would have did so that coming out, I was a little bit more prepared. But it's like, you're never really gonna be like prepared for the real world. Like, you know, you can set yourself up to where you'll be okay, but it's like you're never really gonna be like
100%.
Yeah, you're not gonna be 100% because it's like you've been in school your whole life.
Yeah.
So
I think you can at least be content with what you did. Like, all right, you know what? Well, I didn't do everything that I wanted to do, and I wish I could have done some things differently, but I'm happy with what I did, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished while being in school, even though I didn't get to do everything I wanted. I feel like it's a so much better feeling than saying, well, damn, I didn't do nothing at all. I wish I would have went back and joined that club or took different classes or, like, you know, talked to that advisor or professor or whatever. Like, at least put your foot out there and try it. At first, it's not comfortable. Like, you know, nothing is like, oh yeah, just do this. It's going to be great the first time you do it. Some things are, but at least just give yourself like the opportunity to say, well, yeah, I took that risk. I liked it, or I took that risk and I didn't like it. You have to give yourself that chance. And if you don't, that's something that, like, chances are something as you get older that it's hard to come by. So take as many chances, free chances or whatever, because we have a lot of free opportunities for certain things. Free t-shirts, we had free food, we had free networking events. Or nowadays, if you go to a networking event as, like, out of college, you have to pay for stuff like that. So take advantage of all of that, because there are people who really want to, like, see you succeed, and when you actually find out or actually feel that, it'll change your life. It really will. Or change your thinking, at least. Yeah, anything else?
no.
I don't know. Shout out to Jesus. Because, you know, he's the MVP.
Shout out to God, yo.
Yeah, shout out to God, too.
Like,
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Because literally, I'm like, Jesus, please, I cannot have those days. I'm like, just take the will, take the class.
Take the will.
Just take everything. Like, I'm fed up. But literally, you have to find whatever your beliefs are or whatever it is. Just have some type of, like, faith or understanding or grounding or support system of some sort, because you're really going to need that. And once you start practicing that in college, by the time you get out of college, it'll follow you. So definitely keep your faith. Yeah.
So I hope this helped, like, you know, anyone else who's going through it, that after college stress, and who's, you know, curious about, you know, what to do for preparing for after college. Yeah, we just hope that we helped you guys out. That's why we did this
video. Hit us up if we need help with anything, or, you know, connects or something out of college or whatever. We have a few connections up our sleeve. So depending on what you need, we might be able to help you out.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, see y'all.
Okay.